and this is called Damn Queen of the Snakes, Dumby. What's gonna happen? I glance around me as I wake, seeing an unfamiliar room with black walls and blue silk bed sheets. Ow, damn it, I just started feeling that hangover. I glance over to my side, and sure enough, there's a hot boy with his arm around my waist, both of us naked. Well, I guess I know what happened last night. I went to the club, got drunk, and came home with a random hot boy. It's the norm for me anyways. Oh, well, I guess I must be going. So sad to leave the poor little boy here. Aw, it's like I cared. I gathered up all my clothes and let myself out of the boy's house. Time to get home. Sigh, I hate going home in mornings. Alas, it is something I must do, for all my clothes are there, along with my abusive father. Which obviously is the reason I am the way I am. Duh. Anyways, I walked into the house and found my dad passed out on the floor, drunk and stoned from the looks of it. That's also a normal thing around my house. Elise is not awake to beat the shit out of me for not coming home last night. That is such a relief. Shiz, nuts. I have damn fucking school today. I go to my room and grab my black leather skinny jeans, a black Invincible shirt with blood red and purple death bats surrounding the name. Then I went to take a quick shower and got dressed, putting on my black knee-high Converse with buckles. I grabbed a spiked black choker with blood red ends and a fingerless leather glove with a blood spot dripping down on them, and my necklace that I always wear. It is on a black chain and has an emerald on the end that has a snake design inside of it, surrounded by red and purple flames. It is the only thing I have left from my mom. All the other stuff my dad burned after she left. I jumped into my black Ferrari and raced off to school. I was obviously late, but that's not a surprise. I walked leisurely into the school and went to my locker to grab my shit. My first class was gym, sadly. I just walked in and sat down, not bothering to dress out. I mean, I just got dressed, so what's the point? Blah, blah, blah. Coach yelled at me. I ignored him, class over. Me got detention. Nothing new there either. I didn't feel like going to my next class, which is algebra, so I went out to my car and blasted my iPod through the speakers in the car. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I am Azatheka Nightwing Bloodwind Riddle. I use my mom's last name because no way I'm going to fucking use my abusive dad's last name. I have black, long hair that goes down to the end of my ribcage. And, where'd it go? With bangs over the right side of my face. The tips of my bangs are blood red, and the rest of my hair has green streaks through it. The tips of my hair are dark purple. I don't know why, but this is my natural hair. I didn't dye it. I never had to cut my hair. It has always been like this since I was a baby. When my dad tried to cut it, it always just grew back. I have snake beds, normal ear piercing, 5 studs going up both my ears, a tongue piercing, a nose piercing, and an eyebrow piercing. Yeah, I realize that's a fuckload of piercings, but whatever. I have a snake tattoo which wraps around my body, going from my left hip and ending with the head resting on my right shoulder. Just above my boob is actually a birthmark. I have bloody vampire bite marks on the right side of my neck, a gothic cross with an inscription in Latin on it, which reads in English, "Death to the enemies of the Queen of the Snakes." One of my friends told me to get it, and that I would understand it sometime later. My friends are not human, they are snakes. I can understand them. I do not understand how or why, but I can. They say my ability is called Parselmouth. I also have a dragon tattoo on my right hip and a quote on my back in the middle which says Queen of the Snakes. It has the same design as my necklace behind it. That is also a birthmark. My eyes are black, but when I'm angry, they have red streaks throughout them. When I am sad, they have purple streaks. When I am normal, they have green streaks throughout them. They look very snake-like and even contract and dilate like snake eyes. All this is what makes me different from everyone else, and them tease me, and that is until I beat the shit out of them. I have pronounced physical abilities. I can run for longer. I am stronger than normal people, etc. People are afraid of me because of this and the way I look. My abusive father is not actually my real dad. I have no clue who is that. He is my stepdad. I am 16 years old and in 11th grade. Failing, of course. Duh. Since I can finally drive my car legally, I've been driving it illegally for 5 years now, that I bought with my street fighting money, I'm going to run away forever. Thanks, snakes. I'm just gonna race home and grab all my stuff. After I packed up all my shit, I grabbed my weapons and hid them in their sheaths. I had my Japanese throwing stars dagger sword, black with emerald encrusted hilt, snake design, smoky snake designs swirling up the black blade, and green strands waving through the snake design and blade. Guns, knife, katana, and a few other things. I have all these weapons because I've been training for years to be able to protect myself and go after the person that kidnapped me for a year when I was 10. They tortured, raped, and did everything possible to hurt me. All I have is description: black shaggy hair, green eyes, zigzag scar, skinny but strong-willed, and the name Harry. I decided to go to England because the hairy person had a British accent. There, oddly enough, an old man with a white beard and strange robes or something approached me. He just walked up to me and told me, "Azathika, you are a witch. I'm sorry we have not contacted you before now, but you can come to my school, Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, to learn how to use your magic. Since you are 6 years behind the rest of the 7th years, you will be training with me and the rest of the teachers for the summer till school starts again on September 1st. I was completely shocked, but it did explain my parcel tongue ability. I rolled my snake, hissed in my ear, "Azathika, you should go with this man. You need to learn to control your magic, even if he is our enemy. He can help you learn magic, and we can then avenge you and find your father." I softly hissed back, "You knew all along, fine, I shall go, and then we can avenge you and find my father. Then turning back to the old man, I told him, "Fine, I'll go with you. How do we get there? Can I bring my things?" He smiled brightly with his eyes twinkling. "Yes, you can bring your things. I will shrink them. Here, now we must first go to Diagon Alley and get you a wand and other school supplies." I was shocked at his display of magic and shrinking my car and all my other things and tucked them into my pocket. Wait, Diagon Alley? What's that? Still, with that little annoying twinkle in his eyes, which made me suspicious of him, he replied, "Diagon Alley is the magical entrance to magical London. All the magical stores are there. Now we shall apparate to there." He grabbed a hold of my arm and turned on his heel, and we disappeared with a resounding pop, appearing seconds later in the middle of a street full of strange people in robes shopping. I am only halfway done with this. The fuck is this? Firstly, he led me to a store with signs saying Ollivander's wands. We went in, another old man in robes came up to us and asked me to try different types of wands. We went through at least 100 wands, almost blowing up the shop multiple times. He finally said, "There is one more wand, very rare and quite strange, but we can try." He then went to the back and brought out a very dusty engraved box. It was black with green engravings and snakes. He opened it up, and inside was the most amazing wand I had seen. It was black and had green snakes hanging up it, almost like my sword. The tip was blood red and the hilt was green, had emeralds embedded in it as well. Ollivander said this is one of the oldest ones that still exist. It was Salazar Slytherin's wand. It has a core of dragon blood and vampire blood, basilisk venom and blood, phoenix feather and tear, Slytherin's blood, and is surrounded by dragon scales to help protect it. It is a stone on the outside and some type that I do not know, and is also deathwood from the death tree. There is only one in existence now. I took the wand and waved it, and green sparks came out of it and shaped into a snake and wrapped around me. Why the fuck is Warmness on this whole playing? It became solid and hissed in my ear, "Hello, who are you to use my master's wand?" I replied, "I am Azathika Nightwind Bloodwind Riddle." It looked at me like it was examining me and hissed back, "You are the descendant of my master and are as powerful as him, if not more so. I shall now be your familiar, and with your other snake Emerald." You shall be named Queen of the Snakes, and will be deserving of the title. When I was discussing with the snake, Dumbledore, he had told me his name on the way here. Purchased my wand and he left. We bought a bunch of other school crap, and I was interested in the apothecary where we bought potions ingredients. They were interesting, to say the least. Then we left and he operated us to the school, and so he called it at least. There he took me to meet the other teachers who had helped in training me to catch up with the rest of the people in my year who had been at the school since they were 11 in their first year. First off, there was this creepy lady named Trelawney. I decided immediately I did not like her nor divination. Then we met Professor Flitwick. He was so short, it was cute, and he was okay. McGonagall, she was annoying. I didn't like her. She was too good and strict and ugly. Professor Sprout was nasty and dirty. Freaky, dirty plant creep. Professor Snape was very kind, and I liked him best out of all the teachers. Then we went back to Dumby's office. And he put a hat on my head that he called the Sorting Hat. It was remarkably tattered and old-looking. Once it was sat on my head, I could feel its presence in my mind, rummaging around and looking for any qualities to place me in a house. Ah, very interesting. Parselmouth, are you very Slytherin? Cunning, ambitious, with a vein of bravery in your heart, intelligent, very so much. Brave and calm won't do for you, neither will Hufflepuff, and definitely not Gryffindor. Quite like father at this age, Slytherin. Professor Dumby took the hat off my head and took me down to the dungeons, where Snape showed me the Slytherin common room where I would be staying. I settled in after Dumby unshrunk my suitcase and everything but my car. I put it all away and talked to the snakes for a while before I went to sleep.